Hey now, what's up, y'all? Hey, this video is for my fantasy football players. It's about that time, y'all getting ready. Hey, look, man, I'm trying to get rich off that shit. You and me. Like I done had, in 2022, my biggest weekend I won 2,100. Last year my biggest weekend was only 700, but during the year you're gonna have weeks where you win 200, 300. You're gonna have weeks where you lose. You're gonna have weeks where you win 500, 600. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't never hit that shit big, and that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? Hit that shit for like 50, 60,000 or something. Do that shit continuously. You know what I'm saying? But I made this video just to give my advice, man, to all the people that play fantasy football, all the people that's trying to get over the hump. This is my advice, you know what I'm saying, for the start of the season. Right now, FanDuel is already allowing you to draft best ball teams. Hey, if you serious about fantasy football, I would advise you to go on FanDuel and start drafting your teams. Draft teams now before the actual NFL draft. Because once the draft come, the ADP is going to change. So, when I draft my teams, I do them in sets. Like right now, this is my first set of teams. I done already made like 16 or 17 teams on underdog. And with this first set, these are my pre-NFL draft teams. So, you getting players like Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry. They kind of cheap, so you can get them type of players now. Before I get into what I really want to talk about, let me first off say this: when it comes to fantasy sports, nobody, zero, absolutely nobody has the answers for you. So anybody that's telling you, man, this is how you should do it, this is what it is, and this is what works, hey, bro, they swindling you, they working you. It's gambling, man. Everything is all about, it's all a chance. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen. You taking a chance no matter what. Another thing, if you want to be successful in fantasy sports, I advise you to be a fan of whatever fantasy sport that you're playing. So if you playing fantasy football, man, make sure you're a football fan. Excuse me. Watch the games. Study the games. Understand what's going on. Understand what you see. You know what I'm saying? Watch the games. Because when it comes to these fantasy sports, it's a lot of people that, be spitting all this analytic shit, analytic this, analytic that. And in my opinion, them analytics don't mean nothing. None of them analytics mean anything when it comes to these fantasy sports. Everything is about chance, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get your best information by actually watching the games and knowing what you know. It's the eye test. Like, you don't need analytics to tell you that Justin Jefferson is a beast. You don't need analytics to tell you that Puka Nacua was a beast last year. You don't need analytics to tell you, Derrick Henry like that. You don't need analytics to tell you CJ Stroud is like that. Patrick Mahomes is like that. You don't need analytics to tell you that shit, man. Just watch the games. Know what's going on and understand the trends. And also understand when it comes to analytics, analytics are created by things that already happened. You know what I'm saying? Analytics give you a summary of what happened already. They don't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. It's impossible. They only tell you what already happened. You know what I'm saying? If the shit didn't already happen, you would have no analytics, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're not really telling you nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just summarizing what already happened. So when it comes to analytics, like say you take an average, they like, this person at home, he averages 23 fantasy points and all that. Yeah, so yeah, let's draft him. But, you know, that's what the analytics telling you. But if you actually watching the games, you will see that, yeah, at home he had 2 games where he, you know, scored like one game 38 points, another game he had like a 40-something point game. And then he gave you other games where he only had like 7 points, 11 points. And that's why the shit averaged out to 20-something. So you don't know what you going to get. So analytics ain't really telling you shit, man. It's the eye test. You got to know who the players are that you playing, that you putting on your teams. You know what I'm saying? You got dudes that be doing all this analytics shit, and when you look at them like, dog, you probably don't even watch football. You know what I'm saying? You don't even look like you watch football. You ain't never thrown a football, don't know nothing about sports, bruh. You just in front of a computer, like, when the games are over, you just recording all the stats and looking at all the stats. But the stats don't tell you everything, man. You got to actually watch them games. All right. So let me move on and give a little bit of advice. Slim, I don't give a fuck what they say about running backs when they turn 30 or, you know, when they, you know what I'm saying? That shit don't matter when it comes to what Derrick Henry is going through right now. Derrick Henry just went to the Baltimore Ravens, bro. This is probably the best offensive line he has ever played with. The best quarterback he has ever played with. The best team that he has ever been on. You know what I'm saying? Watching Derrick Henry play last season, he didn't lose a step. He wasn't slower. He wasn't weaker. He was still the exact same player, man. So you think he gonna go to Baltimore and he gonna Derrick Henry, man, potentially gonna have 10 to 20 touchdowns this season, 12 to 1,500 rushing yards. Teams ain't gonna know what to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Lamar Jackson back there. If they run an RPO, they don't know if Lamar gonna hand the ball off, if he gonna run it himself or throw it. I mean, that's just a great situation for Derrick Henry. You getting him in like the 3rd round now. Man, get that man while he's still cheap. I guarantee you when the season starts, his ADP is going to go up higher, man. I promise you. Another player, Nick Chubb. I'm not saying draft him on every team because, yeah, you have to take in the fact that he's coming off with an ACL or MCL injury. So you don't know what he's going to do. But at his best, he is a RB1 and arguably the best running back in the NFL, right? Nick Chubb is better than Saquon Barkley. At their best, Nick Chubb is better than Saquon Barkley to me. At their best, Nick Chubb is the best running back in the NFL, in my opinion, in terms of straight running. Not somebody that can run and catch the ball. When you talk about just lining up and running the ball in between the tackles, Nick Chubb is the best. Dog, he's going in like the 6th or 7th round. Nick Chubb could be like your 3rd or 4th running back. Why wouldn't you draft him, man? Fuck what analytics saying and what anybody else saying. Why wouldn't you take that chance on a player who potentially could be the RB1 and he's going in like the 6th or 7th round? That shit just don't make sense to me. One more gem before I close this shit out. Dog, Malik Nabers is better than Marvin Harrison Jr., man. Malik Nabers will have a way better season as a rookie than Marvin Harrison Jr. If Marvin Harrison Jr. becomes a bust in the NFL, I would not be surprised. If Malik Nabers was a bust in the NFL, that shit would shock me. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me say this, man. Listen, dog. When I look at receivers, it's just like I'm a Commanders fan. And I'm going to say the same shit, man. The same shit I be saying about Terry McLaurin, man. I fuss with Terry McLaurin. He's one of my favorite players because he played for the Commanders. I love what he do. Excuse me. He about business. He come to work. He get his man. He don't talk shit. He just played ball. I fuck with Terry McLaurin. But people that are Commanders fans, Redskin fans, shorty, they would talk about Terry McLaurin as if he's motherfucking Jamar Chase or Stephon Diggs in his prime, or AJ Brown last year, or Justin Jefferson or something. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill. But dog, Terry McLaurin is not that level of receiver. And this is what I'm going to say about Marvin Harrison Jr. When I watch Marvin Harrison Jr. highlights, when I watch his highlights, I don't see a whole lot of separation with Marvin Harrison, man. I don't see a lot of separation. And if you're not getting a whole lot of separation now, in college, in college, that shit ain't gonna get no better in the NFL. Yeah, it's times where he's wide open because of blown coverages, or, you know what I'm saying? Shit happens. But with Marvin Harrison, I see a whole bunch of contested catches. And I see a lot of times, like, he get the ball, and I'm just walking around and shit, that's all. But he get the ball, and he's not really getting a whole bunch of yards after the catch. Dog, I don't care who you are as a receiver, man. It's only but so great you can be if you're not getting a whole bunch of yards after the catch, man. When I look at Marvin Harrison, I don't see him as somebody who can catch a screen pass, make people miss, and turn a screen pass into a 70-yard touchdown. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Marvin Harrison catching the ball, juking niggas, making niggas miss, and then running another 30 yards after he catch the ball. I'm just not saying it, bruh. I'm just not saying it. When I see Malik Nabers, he is the type of receiver that can score from anywhere on the field, man. Anytime he got the ball in his hand, he could score a touchdown, man. Malik Nabers would be a way bigger threat in the NFL than Marvin Harrison. I don't think Marvin Harrison got the speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might have some speed, but, dog, he don't got that separation speed. I don't see him making people miss after the catch. Like, he got good hands and he catch contested balls. He's somebody, if you throw the ball to him 15, 20 times a game, I think Marvin Harrison could be a great possession receiver. He could be somebody that have 10, 11 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown. But Malik Nabers, he going to be that type of dude that has 7 catches, 150 plus yards, 2, 3 touchdowns in the game, man. He the type of person, he don't have to have the ball. He don't have to have 10, 15 catches to get 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? He could have 6, 7 catches, and 3 or 4 of them catches would be 50-yard plays. Like, he that type of dude. He like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not drafting right now in this phase of my best ball drafts. I'm not drafting Marvin Harrison anywhere because he's going too early. He's going like the 2nd or 3rd round. Like, nah, man. I'm taking Malik Nabers over Marvin Harrison. I'm taking like Michael Pittman, you know what I'm saying, Olave, Garrett Wilson, of course, you know, all the first round of Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, you know what I'm saying, I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm taking all them over Marvin Harrison Jr. Malik Nabers, I think when the season ends, he would be in the same category as them top receivers, man. He's going to be phenomenal, and I think that would be outside of a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Outside of the quarterbacks that's being drafted, he would be the front runner for Rookie of the Year. Malik Nabers, man. Malik Nabers is different. Better than Marvin Harrison Jr., in my opinion. And like I tell you, everybody keep talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. If he become a bust in the NFL because a team want to draft them with their first pick and he go in the top 5 or 6 picks, and they decide that he's going to be the player they build their team around. Hey, dog. I hope you have other receivers that can take that pressure off of him, because I think people going to be disappointed, man. I think people might be disappointed, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, you know, because of who his father was, because his father was like that. Marvin Harrison Sr. was an animal. I don't think he's what his father was, but I could be wrong. I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just giving my opinion. He could fuck around and be the all-time best receiver ever. And all the glory to you, Slim, if you do that. But just watching his highlights, man, I done seen like 3 or 4 other rookies who, in my opinion, got better highlight film than Marvin Harrison Jr., man. When I'm looking at a number 1 receiver, I want somebody who's a deep threat. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you can send him on a post route or a go route, and he's going to burn you. You know what I'm saying? Not every time you go on a go route, you got to jump over somebody to catch the ball, somebody that can actually get in front of you. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking at a number 1 receiver, I'm looking at somebody that can catch a screen pass and turn a screen pass into a 50, 60-yard touchdown. If you can't do that, man, I can't put you up there with the top receiver, because all the top dogs can do that. Tyreek Hill can score from anywhere on the field. Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Tank Dell. Justin Jefferson, you know what I'm saying, Amon-Ra. These are dudes that when they get the ball in their hand, they are dangerous. I don't see that danger when Marvin Harrison get the ball, man. He gonna make a lot of catches and he gonna go down where he catch the ball at. You know what I'm saying? The NFL, they faster, they bigger, they stronger. If you ain't burning them dudes up in college, you ain't gonna be burning them dudes up in the NFL. That's just how I look at it. But all right, y'all. Yeah, man. Start drafting y'all teams now, man. Get ready. Because the way you thinking now, hey, 2 months from now, you're going to think different. And your team's going to look different. And then 2 months from there, you're going to be thinking different. So, yeah, man. Watch the games, study the games, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch them sports shows. And know your team. You know what I'm saying? Whoever your favorite team is, know your team, because that's how you can get the edge in fantasy. Because, you know, as a Commanders fan, a motherfucker in California ain't going to tell me about my team. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker in Texas can't tell me about my team. So know who your team, know your team. That can give you an upper hand too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm dependent on them Commanders. I told my girl, you know what I'm saying? Whenever the Commanders become good, that's when we going to get rich. Because people going to be sleeping on them because they've been sorry for so long. And that's how you going to get that money. But all right, y'all.